right. Welcome once again to the beatzillapdx official show. This is a news break. Of course, I'm on camera, but this is a news break, ladies and gentlemen. And let me get that right. There we go. And so, as you're coming into this broadcast, please hit that like button, hit that share button, share this out on your social media, and subscribe to this channel if you have not already done so. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, hit the word all. That way you'll be notified anytime this channel goes live or a video is uploaded and or premieres. And then, of course, if you would like to further support this channel, you can do so by becoming a member and hitting that join button, ladies and gentlemen. And salute and shout out and peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on each and every one of my members and those of you who rock with this broadcast. I appreciate y'all. Now, tonight we are talking about Teather FBA Obsession, Nigerian edition. And for good reason, because these Nigerians have lost their minds. And where they are at with it right now is trying to tell and school FBAs about something. Basically, they're ranting. They're not mentioning Brother Tariq Nasheed's name. However, this is obvious. It's all about one man and everybody listens to one guy. So we're going to go through a few clips in this broadcast and show you the message that, again, it's like the last one. They're going in the same way. And I'm also going to read a piece from a comment that was left in my comments as well on this particular subject before, of course, this video aired. So you didn't know that this was going to be airing. I actually tried to record this video yesterday, but the sound was jacked up. So for my members, this would have been in the members area first, but due to time, everybody is seeing this video at the same time. So forgive me, members. But again, salute and peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon y'all. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for everybody who supports this channel. And like I said, we're going to be talking about these Teather obsessions. Now, as you see, the lady with the cake soap here, really heavy. It could be makeup, but it's giving cake soap to me. And then the other brother there, which you'll hear a lot of these people do some jumping in and out. And then we have a African woman with a bonnet and a kente outfit on. And she's going on a rant about us and what we believe and how we uphold white supremacy. And then last will be the lady on your right. And she's actually Nigerian, and she has a testimonial from her experience in Nigeria. And in between that, there's also a little piece that you guys might find a little interesting. The Oxford Dictionary has inducted some Nigerian English words, so they're terms for that they will use from Nigerian lingo. One of them being Yahoo Boy. And the other one being Japa. So make sure that you stick around for to hear what the meaning and the definitions of those words in the Oxford Dictionary is. I'm sure you will enjoy it. So with that being said, family, again, like and share this broadcast. Like and share. This is the beatzillapdx official show on YouTube right here. So make sure you guys share this out with your friends. You might know a Japa. You might know a Yahoo Boy. Ladies, don't send any money to a Yahoo Boy. Yeah, you know. But with that being said, we're going to get right on into it. And again, this is Teather FBA Obsession, Nigerian edition. Enjoy. So, with this first clip, let's take a look and listen to what this guy has to say about FBAs. And you're going to see this a lot. A lot of people have a lot to say. So let's hear it. And we'll start and stop as he goes on.
So what's up with this Black American supremacy that we think we have over our fellow Africans in Africa?
Straw man argument.
FBA, I see a lot of hot blue feather individuals claim that we got it like that over here.
Okay, so he's referring to foundational Black Americans, of course, and the freedmen, and because, you know, within the freedmen, you see people that also identify as Native American as well, which is not far-fetched, seeing that a lot of us have Native American blood. And a lot of those Maroons and those original Cherokees and those Black people, you know, if you didn't know. So don't let people fool you. There's a lot of us running around here with those genes. Now they'll sit up here and tell you, oh no, you guys are from Africa. I absolutely look like an American. Black American. There's no African that you can tie me to. And both of my parents are Black. Both of their parents are Black. Both of their parents are Black. See how that works? But my hair is jet black. Now, of course, with a little bit of gray, but the natural hair color I have is jet black. It's 7 to 9 shades of purple. Don't see many Africans with that. Just saying. That is, however, the foundational Black American thing. Because most will find that with people with Cherokee blood. It's not unheard of. Especially light-skinned folks with jet black hair. Kind of known to be around those Arkansas, Louisiana parts, you know. Anyway, let's hear some more.
We brag like we got so much power over here.
Who's we?
But do we? This might hurt a lot of feelings, but Africans have more control over their destiny than Black Americans do.
How?
First, let's break down these numbers. There's about 42 million African Americans living in America.
Okay.
Meanwhile, in Africa, there's 1.4 billion Black Africans.
Yes, we know that there is majority Black folks on the continent. Who's running things, though? Whose business interest is being best served there? Who? Is it the African people? Is that what is happening there? I wouldn't think so, but let's hear more.
We are a minority in a predominantly YT system over here.
Yeah.
We don't control Congress, courts, or the goddamn economy over here.
Okay.
Our power is only limited to what the system allows. Voting. That's it.
Yeah.
That ain't no fucking independence. That's participation.
Oh, goodness.
Meanwhile, African nations are sovereign.
He tells us about voting and then turn around and tell us about African nations being sovereign. You have more power with your vote here than those sovereign African nations. Can we stop? What are we talking about here, bro? Those sovereign African nations that you refer to are still at the beckoning call and behest of the West. America just gave African countries $55 billion with a pledge. This is because of the investment from other actors on the continent. And then your corrupt governments over there just stuff their pockets and do not help those people. What are we supposed to contribute to a system that is so corrupt? And again, That's saying, come build our system. It exists now. Why are you fixing it now? And then expect foundational Black Americans to come in and be the savior while consistently not being recognized as such and being condescending to. You're getting these condescending tones with us. And then you think you can talk down to us. And then you think you can direct us. And then you actually perceive you could tell us we listen to one person, this person or that person, because we don't have minds of our own to think as people who have been here for all of these years and hail from these ancestors and are the culture that everyone mimics around the world. But all of a sudden, we don't have common sense. It's all because of one person. One person has all Black folks thinking the way that they do. No. What I can tell you, though, is the code, being the leader, is all that matters. And the leader and the code is Black empowerment, not a person. But, we'll get to that. Let's hear more.
Meaning they have their own borders, governments, and constitutions. See, they can negotiate treaties to decide their future. Although Africans might face issues like corruption and foreign influence.
Though they might find, those aren't issues. That's the way of business. So corruption and foreign influence is the way of life. They're not looking to do anything outside of that. None of those governments are looking to do anything outside of that. So to sit up here and say what they can do, really? Are they going to buck up against the West? Is that what you believe them to do? Is that what you think they're going to do? They're going to buck up against the West, huh? That's what you perceive? Nah, I think that's wishful thinking, brother.
They still have control over their governments.
Nah, they don't.
They have the potential to fix their problems.
They don't.
Meanwhile, we're still fighting systemic racism.
So are they. See, here's the thing. White supremacy is global. And you acting like, see, this is the lie. Oh, they're doing something over. Family, you see that video with all of them folks coming over here from Ghana? Or all them white folks getting, Umar goes over there to Ghana and gets his citizenship. And so did 300 white people. In Ghana. That's what Ghana's doing. These people are nuts. I don't even understand why they bother talking to us. You go out of your way to be disrespectful to foundational Black Americans just to be so idiotically wrong. And they're sovereign and this and that. You're looking at Africa based on the size of the landmass and the number of people there. What you have to do is look at the group of people who are willing to fight. And then that becomes a lot smaller. They're not bucking up against no one. So how can they flee to America? And see, that's the thing, flee. And people, oh, you guys can't, you shouldn't say we flee. Yeah, there's a whole Nigerian word for a fleer. That is japa, but we'll get to it. Let's finish this guy out, and then we'll get to japa later.
Still fighting mass incarceration and police brutality. Despite their struggles, Africans still have the power to change their destiny. Sovereignty beats citizenship every fucking time.
It does not. It absolutely does not. And notice how that was important to him to say sovereignty beats citizenship. Why is he saying that? Why is he saying that? Oh, let me guess. Because citizenship is something that now is a topic of conversation. Right? Being a citizen or non-citizen is very much part of the conversation. So that that's pretty interesting. That is pretty interesting. But that's why I call it Teather FBA obsession. And for those of you who are in the comments, same goes for you. But I'll get to that. So again, before we move on to the next clip, this particular guy who is making these false statements. Number one, he's making up a false argument. We don't put ourselves up. We're not worried about putting ourselves in front or above anybody else. We are simply focusing on us. That's a projection. The idea that they're better off than we are here, that doesn't work. Because the truth of the matter is there's none of us trying to get there. But there's a bunch of them trying to stay here and a bunch more trying to get here. We're not in that boat. And when ICE comes through to remove all of these people who should not be here, again, not our issue. So citizenship absolutely does matter. And for all the people who belong to that sovereign nation, guess what? They're citizens of that nation. So we should actually say, okay, in that case, we're going to place our citizenship over your sovereignty and send you back to your sovereign nation. Because with so many sovereign nations, you absolutely should leave America and get away from white supremacy. You should leave America and go back to your homeland so you then do not have to uphold or support the system of white supremacy. So why don't you get on the next thing smoking, get you a ticket, and head back to your homeland? Because if you have to still fight mass incarceration and discrimination and all of this that you have to face all over here, well, then you should probably go back to your homeland where all of those black sovereign citizens are with those black governments and then those black borders that you can have over there and just be all sovereign to yourselves, right? Until then white folks realize, ooh, you got minerals on this land. Sovereignty over. These people come around us talking stupid and then gonna act like we don't understand how white supremacy works. We know well more than any of you. Why? Because we're not colonized. We are the ones who fight white supremacy. If you are coming from a colonized place and you have been raised up under colonization, you have already failed. You are a quitter before you began. We are not the same. Y'all not like us. Simply put. All right. So moving on to the next one. Get you in here. This is a tether in a bonnet with something to say about us. And of course, again, there's another one who is a lot loud and a lot wrong.
Can we have a conversation about FBAs? Because at the end of the day, y'all are actually walking contradictions. Y'all are upholding another man's views and values on other black people who aren't American.
Well, then you're not foundational black American. That is a cultural issue. We're not upholding values of our culture because of some man. The man she's referring to, of course, is Tariq Nasheed. And to say that we uphold our values of our culture based on a individual, how stupid is that? How realistically, when you think about that, black Americans, so think of, you've had two rallies, multiple events, videos, lectures. You know, this guy used to do he's done lectures, speaking tours. He's a documentarian. He's been on TV for, in the business and around show business for 30 years. So if you guys don't get that part, like Tariq has literally been in show business for 30 years. And you guys talk about this guy like as if he's some dude down the street from you. I don't know why he drives this Bentley. I don't know why he drives this. I don't know why he live up in the hills right next to white people. That's his tax bracket. Here's another thing. People he's just this dude talking for clout and blah, blah, blah. How many times do I tell y'all? I stress it. I'm from the West Coast. He tell you he from LA. There's certain things we understand out here. Like I said, you ain't seen. Here's one thing. Have you seen anybody out here going after Tariq? You've had rappers come out here. They were food. They were up here telling you how gangster they is and all of that. They came out here and got straight took. Here's a rich black man living in LA. Anybody running up on him? So if you know anything about the West Coast, especially about LA, you think if he wasn't respected and well connected that he wouldn't have been food already? That's not how it works out here. So yeah, if you have a reputation and your name is solid out here, then yeah, ain't nobody messing with you like that because you're respected for what you do, meaning that you have been in the community for decades. That's how you get known by the community. So your community in your neighborhood, of course you should be known. You shouldn't be a stranger. But these people, I haven't seen one thing that the person done that doesn't live in my city. These people come out here with this, when they talk about Trump derangement syndrome, there's a Tariq derangement syndrome. Yeah. Yeah, Tariq derangement syndrome, just like Trump. Y'all have a Tariq derangement syndrome. Yeah, it's just one man and his ideas, and I can't even formulate the words to say what I feel about him. I mean, you guys are just listening to him, and I don't know why. Oh, it's all because of Tariq Nasheed. Oh, you guys are crazy. We are not obsessed with one person like you. Black empowerment is about the people. That's why there is no leader of FBA. That is why there's no leader of a lineage, because it's just a lineage. And our patriarchs have been in the dirt in this land long ago. So there's no need to look for a leader because there isn't one. This is a man who speaks his mind and speaks his opinion. If black folks are in agreement, then that means we are just coming together on one accord as a community. That, I would have thought, would be the representation of black unity. Right? I guess I was wrong.
For what? And then y'all go on and be like, oh, well, they disrespect us and da-da-da-da. We know this. But y'all really don't.
No, I do. And see, here's the thing. Trying to tell you about your experiences. Family, a lot of y'all have been in these spaces hearing what people have to say about us. So now I guess you're not supposed to believe your lying ears. See, this is the problem with these folks. And they're not addressing anything really. They're just going to really, everything roundabout goes back to Tariq. But again, everything that this woman is saying, there is a comment in my thread that basically is saying everything this woman is saying right now.
You want to know how we know y'all really don't? Because everything is based offline. Y'all don't have experiences on your own to actually take from.
We do.
Now me, I do. I've actually got to discriminate towards Caribbeans and Nigerians before. Do I hold that against them? No, because I've met so many more that outweighs them. That's what.
Okay. Even if that's true, I'll take that. And so let me jump in here, sweetheart. What you said is what we don't know. Let me tell you about the time when I had a gig in, this was about 1997. I had a gig in Canada. I was playing for a choir that had to headline this concert in Edmonton. It was a gospel music from around the world program put on at the, I think, Paramount or something like that there. And couldn't help but notice on our experience there, number one, the Africans never wanted to fool with us at all. Let's just keep it a buck. So the Cameroonians and the Kenyans, and especially the Nigerians, most definitely didn't fool with us. Then there were the Nigerians from Jamaica. Oh, they were the most snooty. Because you know one thing that they were really proud about? They were never slaves. So here we are messing with the Trini cats. So we was kind of fooling with the Trinis because, some of them, I have to keep it a buck. Some of them Jamaicans was kind of uppity too. So like the smaller island folks, they was fooling with us. So like the folks from Guyanese, the Guyanese folks and mostly the Trinis. Trini cats was around us heavy, but they really liked our music. So they was fooling with us pretty tough. And this is, like I said, this is like 1997. But one of the African dudes, he stepped to me. And again, because these people their disdain was really, really showing. Let's just put it that way. And so dude comes to me and is like, hey, why do Black Americans believe they're African? You know, you're not African, right? You're more like the white man than you are African. It's like, well, we're clearly not white. Well, no, you're not white. Okay, well, we're not African either. So what are we? That's the question that you need to ask an African that talks like this. Watch them, huh? Yeah, what are we then? Because it seems like you must know. All of a sudden, see, they're not big on American history, but knowing who we are, oh yeah, they know. It is literally Black Americans who don't. But ask them that question. If you ever get them in that situation, just look them in their face and ask him, okay, so we're not African. We're not white. Then what are we? Who are we? And watch them act as if the answer is in the front of their brain, but yet they are compelled not to tell you. Put it to the test. And I want y'all to come back and tell me, Beatzilla, what you said is true. Let me know. Come back and give me your testimonies on that, folks. You ask them folks, well, okay, well then where are we from and who are we? Ask them. Ask them and see how they act. Because all of we all one and we need to come back together. Really? Get down to the nitty gritty, folks. I'm just saying.
I'm saying, you gotta actually have these experiences.
We do. Okay, so again, we're not African. So like she's saying, we don't have these experiences. Yes, we do. And in Canada, they told me we not African. Period. So that's an experience I got right there. On top of that, I seen how they like to be high-minded about not ever being slaves. And they treated even the descendants of slaves from the Caribbean like crap. But we were the American headliners. You know where they put us? Our dressing room should have been the biggest dressing room. Let me tell you where they put us. Nowhere. They literally put us nowhere. Everybody else got dressing rooms, water, and Gatorade, and meat and cheese and fruit. They didn't have a dressing room. for the headliners. But all these other little African choirs, they got these fancy little rooms. So I'm like, hey, where the promoter at? Where's our dressing room at? So I made him go get us a dressing room. So they emptied out some kind of band room or something like that and put us in there. Of course, we don't have no water, no food. Hey, we need some of their stuff because at this point, I'm about to the point to where we just gonna go. If they want to treat us like we Americans, we gonna be Americans up in here tonight. So we was about to just go in there and start eating their food, but keeping it cool, keeping it, keeping it cordial. We didn't do that. So what they did do then was proceeded. This is all, again, this is my experience with your people to when you get up there and start saying how people don't have these experiences. Oh, yes, we do. So I'm telling you mine right now. So when we go to the get on stage, well, number one, there's all of these other groups before us, right? And they're all supposed to be just doing 2 songs and getting off stage because we came all the way from Portland, Oregon, up to Edmonton, Canada, 18 hours to perform and be the headliners. So they waste and blow all of this time, and then the promoter comes over to us when it's time for us to get on and tell us we can only do 2 songs. Because he didn't want to pay for an extra hour. We played our whole show. Oh, we played our whole show. We even played the reprises. And I almost played for 2 extra hours and made him pay for 2. Here's the greatest thing when you know how to travel the right way. Musicians, bring your amps. They could turn off the sound all they want to. If you keep playing, they're going to have to turn them lights back on, baby. They're going to have to turn that sound back on. We were still playing. We did not stop. They turned the lights off, turned the mics off, and started dropping the curtain. We kept playing. And we wasn't going to stop until they rose and turned everything back on. And we're going to finish the song we're playing. So we just reprised that mug until then we went and played another. And he was like, are you guys going to stop? We played another full hour, folks. Don't you ever get me up here to 18 hours and think you're going to play me like that? There's a lot of people that'll be like, oh, we just let it go and let it do that. I'm an asshole. So nope. Oh, okay, we doing that? All right, then. Okay, I got you. I got you, Chief. Yeah, we got you. Got him for another 2 hours, punk. So anyway, that's my experience with these anti-Black American hating ass Africans. So when you sit up here and say, you guys don't have that experience, BS. I just told you a testimony myself from them. And you tell me I'm wrong, then we were never slaves. Oh yeah, that's a heavy line with y'all. And this is supposed to be like a gospel music event. Why they literally got us up there to be shady. You paid for us to come headline, to be shady. Are you understanding the depths of anti-Black American hatred you got to have to be doing that? So don't come around here talk, because some of us do have this experience. And we have actually gave y'all grace. So to sit up here and start talking like this about us, it's all over one man. No, it ain't. Black Americans are all over the United States and all over the world. People are traveled. Not everybody is just stuck on their block like you might have seen in movies. That's ridiculous. People have a lot more world understanding. So all of this, oh, we hate you. You were really straw manning it, sis.
Y'all see it online and y'all automatically associate it with yourself. And then
we
y'all
don't
go on these little tangents weird prejudices, tangents, not realizing that you are upholding white supremacy. If you don't want to uphold white supremacy, you cannot have any type of hatred or prejudices against any other race.
Did you see what she just did there? Black American is a different race than African. Foundational Black American is a different race than African. You see how she just made the distinction? See, then when they talk to you, sometimes their con slips out. And this was the moment to where her con slipped out. That's why I go back and say, ask them, who are we? Where do we come from? Oh, but you guys have the black people. See, she doesn't want to get into that conversation. So again, she's not saying you guys should get and embrace your roots of Africa. No, she's saying basically, let us get over. And then if you're hating any other group, that's white supremacy. No, it is not. Every ethnicity has its own biases and prejudices, ma'am. And that's not white supremacy. That's not upholding white supremacy. And for you who is in my comments, that's not. So after she's done, I'm going to read what this guy had to say. And let's see if they ain't saying the same thing. What a coincidence.
Because at the end of the day, you'll be upholding white supremacy.
Uh-huh.
So if you are FBA,
uh-huh,
and you claim to be a FBA,
uh-huh,
you uphold white supremacy.
No.
You do.
No.
You uphold it society-wise.
We couldn't uphold white supremacy society-wise since white supremacy at its core is anti-black. The root of white supremacy is anti-foundational Black American. Do you not know this? You people come over here and be talking all out your ass. It is amazing to me. We are the root of white supremacy. Us, right here. You see it? Without us, white supremacy doesn't exist because they'll just truck you. You're not putting up any kind of fight. What are you talking about? No. You're not like us. Cut it out. See, this is the false equivalency. Like, we're the same, just like you. If you gonna stand up in the white folks' face and tell them about themselves when they are dead wrong to your people, then let me know. Because that's what we do. That's why they up in my comments over here talking about race baiter. Please explain what that is, by the way. What's a race baiter?
Because you do it towards Caribbean and African people.
Mm-hmm.
You uphold it very sexist-wise because a lot of FBAs don't actually like to hear black women speak.
Oh!
Can we actually talk about that? How a lot of FBAs are actually men, and how the men who don't like to hear what we have to say, and the FBA women who are out there, they don't want to hear it either because they have internalized misogyny.
Okay, well, you're not an FBA woman, so why would we be listening to you? And then when you get to the FBA woman, you say she has internalized misogyny. Why isn't now that sister who is foundational Black American in her right mind? Because you don't like Tariq Nasheed? It's Tariq derangement syndrome. This is what it is. Tariq Nasheed derangement syndrome. Okay? Because these people are crazy. It amazes me. Now, granted, she's not mentioning his name, but damn. I mean, I watch the obsession with these people. And it's like, even in my comment threads, it's like you can't talk to me without bringing up this man. We are two different people, you know. I'm a grown-ass man. He's a grown-ass man. We've lived enough individual life. We have individual experiences to speak from our own lives. our own obtained wisdom and knowledge and hands-on active. How can an individual not? You're gonna have your own understanding. At least you should. You if you're my age walking around empty-headed, to where someone now in 2024 is putting in this black information to you. I mean, granted, if you're just now coming around, that's cool, but you damn sure shouldn't be on a mic. No, this is for the lived. This is for the experienced. You understand what I'm saying? Because we know what we're talking about. And we can tell you from different things. I just told you about my experience from 1997. How old were you then, ma'am?
At the end of the day, y'all holding bits and pieces of standards that are all lumped up into white supremacy.
They are not. Our citizenship, it has nothing to do with white supremacy. These people would be, anything not allowing them to get over is white supremacy.
All of it. You cannot battle white supremacy and then uphold it in the same sentence. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. You cannot say that you are fighting white supremacy while you are calling Caribbean and African people tethers.
A tether is a tether. If you're not grafting yourself and masking yourself as and passing yourself off as us and our culture and then undermining it. See, a tether is a tether. Tether is an action. So when you're being called a tether is because you keep, and even in this woman's speech, she keeps flip-flopping from how she sneaks and identifies as black to get what she, because look at how many of these folks are getting scholarships to HBCUs based on blackness. Clearly enough for them to say, we got the Nigerian takeover. This is how they treat stuff. No, ma'am. Go holler at your fellow Nigerians when they talking about their Nigerian takeover and their immigrant Nigerian celebration of Juneteenth. Why don't you go talk to them about that type of disrespect?
Or teethers, or whatever the fuck the shit means. Whatever the
you
fuck
know what
it
means.
It doesn't solve anything. It doesn't help the black community either.
You, as a tether, don't help us at all. And you never have and never will.
And what I also noticed with a lot of FBAs, y'all don't do shit for the black community. Y'all have all this opinion and all this talk, but with nothing to back it up with.
Here she is just rambling, but she's telling people that she doesn't know what they haven't done in all of these different places. Here's one thing that we did do, and you can see. Kamala Harris didn't win. The gender war didn't win. Intersectionality didn't win. Feminism didn't win. All that, cis this, cis that, went out the window November 5th. None of that won. That's pretty major, I think. That's pretty major when you think about it. So yeah, there's something that's been done. Oh, and reparations being in the major discourse. Yeah, that's something that we've done. What are you talking about? And again, see, she's saying, I'm Nigerian and I haven't received any benefits from what y'all doing. Why ain't I seen no money coming from what y'all doing? I mean, I go up there and I get my check. And y'all over here trying to stop my check. Y'all trying to get me sent up out of here. And they cut us all these good, fluffy immigrant benefits they giving me. Y'all trying to cut off my check. I mean, because she really ain't talking about nothing. So what is her real motive here? She mentions misogyny, and so she tries to go, have you noticed that most of these people are men? Well, have you noticed that it was the men that just took up the mantle to lead? Because this is not something that was started and founded by the women. So again, if you're seeing men speaking, because it was started by men. Go figure. That's not saying that I have opened the door quite a bit for women to have their voices heard in this arena. Unfortunately, there's a lot that just aren't in the position, maybe in life or spiritually wise or mental wise, or just life lived, or the place being in the right place, ready to take on that mantle. So we've seen very few females want to step into that position. But don't make it seem like the door hasn't been opened, because it most definitely has. Here's the problem, though. Unfortunately, we've had a lot of these women, they pulled the mess that she just tried to pull and keep throwing feminism out there in the mix. I don't even understand where feminism comes in something that was founded or started by men. It's not a gender issue. It's we took up the mantle. Simple. Standing on the wall. Now somebody else want to play watchman? Well, know that again, so again, men being the foundation. That's not sexist. It's just reality. Of this movement, men are the foundation. And look, things are getting done. So as for me, I'm not interjecting feminism into that. If it ain't broke, let's not try to fix it. And this is the thing that they're all trying to find out. Like, well, how do we do? What do we do? Because it's all of these men. That means that's a wall of strength. And they can see it as a wall of strength. And they don't see a crack in that. Not saying that women provide a crack. But here's what's going on in California. All of that, I need a woman in this position. I'll take a woman that can do what I can do. Simple as that. And that's, number one, I'm going to need accountability. So if it's wrong, it's wrong. I don't need to spend 20 days circulating the same argument for the same wrong. Ain't got no time for that. That's a bad leader. See, again, we're not talking about we just have to have men over here and we have the women just stay on this little role here. No. Leadership is leadership. If you can lead, you can lead. If you can't, you can't. If you will, you will. And if you won't, don't bother me. So when I hear stuff like this, it just interjects. We're not doing participation trophies. And especially when you're sitting in the house that someone else built, guess you got to play by them rules now, don't you? And that's something that we also need to get back to, the reality of that. If you didn't create nothing, sit your ass down and shut up.
It's hatred. Just straight, plain hatred.
It is not.
Y'all are following another 50-year-old man's views. He's not even a politician. He has nothing behind him that is worthy of this follow besides being an internet personality.
This is how you know these people are new. No, he's not. And that was a wasted statement. This is now becoming a wasted rant, ma'am. Because you know why? Because what you keep doing is going right back to Tariq Nasheed. Oh, this is what this is, and this is what that is, and this is what that is, and this is what that is. Okay. We got it. We don't like the man. But at the end of the day, it's irrelevant. You got to move on. You're a Nigerian and we're foundational Black Americans, and you will not be participating in our reparations.
Y'all are listening to a person who do this shit for clout. Y'all are the weakest link of Black people.
Well, then I guess we don't need to. What are you appealing to? You want to appeal to the weakest link?
Y'all are so easily influenced. So easily influenced. You're literally no better than the Caribbean African people who do hold prejudices against Black Americans.
Oh, so actually, there are people that hold prejudices against African Americans. So is that holding up white supremacy? Because that's what you just said previously. So those people are also upholding white supremacy then, right? By her logic. That's what she just said. But now she acknowledges that these upholders of white supremacy, yeah, they exist. Let's see how she believes we should treat that.
You're no better.
Oh, we're no better.
You cannot call out those people by doing the same thing to those people.
Oh, we can't call out those people by doing the same thing to those people. That makes no sense. Defending yourself against somebody who is anti-you is not being anti-them. That is being a defense of your culture. So you hear what she's saying? Now that's the meat of it, and that's the message. Stop defending your status. Stop defending your culture. And stop defending your identity. That's all all of this 3 minutes is all about just wanting us to stop defending our borders about foundational Black Americans. That's all this is. So again, what this is a plea to Teather. And we're going to get to, after this, why. Y'all gonna crack up at this next video. But let's finish this out.
Like y'all walking literal hypocrites.
Contradiction is what you meant. That's what you were looking for. That was the word.
Y'all really are.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Contradiction was what you were looking for, sweetheart. That's what they call it. You guys are a living, walking contradiction. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Because, if you can't treat other people like they're treating you and combat them from doing the same thing that you're doing. And if somebody is hitting me with a stick and then I grab the stick from them and then start hitting them back with it, that's called self-defense. And this nut is telling you, don't self-defend. And she's trying to spin it to say, as when someone attacks you, to respond in defense is somehow hatred of that other group. I think you've had that bonnet on too long, sweetheart. Because you have got it wrong. And something else. All of these other people to which she talked about, especially the ones that don't like us, some of those people would be called joppas. So in the next video, I'm going to see the next 2 videos. We're going to take a look at this lady's homeland and see what recently just happened with Nigeria, Nigeria's lexicon, and the Oxford Dictionary. Oh, Lord. So, like I said, the Oxford Dictionary has now entered into their lexicon or into the dictionary some words from the Nigerian lexicon. And so I'm going to play you this video here, which will be kind of enlightening about the words that just got entered into the Oxford Dictionary. Let's check it out.
Not everyone from Nigeria is a Yahoo boy. Some work really hard to earn a living. And when things get really hard for them at home, they do all they can to jackpot. Do you understand what I just said? Well, according to the Oxford English Dictionary, that sentence is perfectly correct. Words like Ninja, Yahoo boy, Jackpa have just been added to the dictionary. They are commonly used in everyday life here. Now, let's break down those two sentences.
Yes, please.
Ninja means Nigeria. Yahoo boy means internet fraudster.
Yahoo boy, a person, especially a man, who commits fraud on the internet. This is everyday language in Nigeria for Nigerians. Yahoo boy. Again, a person, especially a man, who commits fraud on the internet. Yahoo boy means internet fraudster.
Jackpa means to emigrate from Nigeria to other countries.
Japa. The immigration of Nigerians to other countries, especially those in Europe or North America, in search of further education, employment, or economic, I guess that would be economic gain.
Especially Europe or North America, in search for better education, employment, and economic opportunities. So let's go over those sentences again. Not everyone from Niger is a Yahoo boy. Some work really hard to earn a living, and when things don't work out well for them at home, they do all they can to jackpot. Does it make sense now? A total of 22 Nigerian words were added in this update. Every quarter, the Oxford English Dictionary adds new words to reflect the way English is spoken around the world. This time, common words from Ghana, Japan, and Korea were also added. So for my Niger people, what new word do you think should be added to the dictionary?
That Joppa thing is a cold piece, ain't it? That is now in the Oxford Dictionary. Nigeria. See, here's the thing. You call people tethers. Another thing we call you are fleers. But now we could just simply call you what the Oxford Dictionary definition is of a fleer. Joppa. You have a word in the dictionary for fleeing. It's patented. You're a joppa. You have you have fled. Come on, man. Now, like I said, I wanted to tell you about this person that hopped up in my comments. So let me read this real quick. Because here's a joppa. There might be a Yahoo boy that hopped up in my comments. Okay, so let's see. This is from a day ago on the other Nigerian video where she's actually, again, trying to chastise FBA. There's a lot of that going on. I'm coming across a lot of these, so I'm having to do more of these videos, which is amazing. Anyway, here's another person trying to chastise FBA. Go figure. So I guess at the 4:05 mark of that particular video, he says, well, sure, you're fully aware of who white people are, but when it comes to you interacting with other groups of black people from other countries, you do look down on them either because of their skin color or state of their countries. That's not true at all. Again, the projections that you people put out there are amazing. See, the thing is, FBA, you're like the white supremacists of the community. What do I always tell y'all? Perfect sign of a tether when they don't have nothing else and they really actually don't have a point. Their only option is to compare whatever we're talking about to white supremacy. Oh, the sky is blue? Well, that's white supremacy. Oh, you like burgers? Yeah, that's white supremacy. Oh, you like fish? Oh, that's white supremacy. They will put that on anything, but they can't explain it. Just like this guy here. See, you're becoming the white supremacist of the community. How? How? Break down white supremacy and then break down how that applies to what you said and what I'm doing. Since you're watching these videos and you want to leave me, let me show you how long this is, by the way. You guys see that? You know, you see. So you got something to say, it's that long. You know, here, let me show you. There it is. Wow. Man, gotta let you know how I feel. You guys are all about skin color and FBA and this and that. Miss me. This is, oh, hell. Fat Joe had to resign? Yee. Well, I thought it was a little different. No. This is my honest assessment as a Caribbean man. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, Caribbean man, and whoever liked that post, I'm assuming that probably was you, but just stay tuned to this channel because I'm going to hit Yvette Clarke and Stacey Plaskett, who, of course, are your co-chairs of the Caribbean Black Caucus, or the Caribbean Caucus. And now Yvette Clarke, of course, is over the Black Caucus. So many tethers in our Black Caucus, and they refuse to do anything for Black people. So we see, actually right there, how having non-foundational Black Americans in our business is a detriment to Black America. See how that works? It's an immediate thing. We have it right there. That doesn't make us white supremacists for knowing what is not a benefit to us. That's silly. That is silly as hell. But, you know, nonetheless, it's something that you guys keep saying and keep repeating. So with that being said, I am going to play this last video because it's a whole bunch of what we do to other people, and they always are whining and crying about how we're hating on that. And we look, what did he just say? I look down on other countries, right? Okay, well, here's a Nigerian woman that I'm about to play last. This is a Nigerian woman, and she went back to Nigeria, and she has a message for all of you about what she saw and witnessed in her home country, her homeland of her culture. Here we go.
But here's the thing. In the entire village, there is not one single stop sign, not one single stoplight. There is no sewage. There is no running water that you don't have to pump up yourself. There is no plumbing for running water that is consistent for the entire grid of the city. There was no network. There was no network. There was no network. You know what there was? Huge mansions. Huge mansions. I'm talking 10 bedrooms, 20 bathrooms, huge. There was villas. There was one house that we went to that had a separate event space within their compound.
Wow.
Like a separate space for events within their compound. But to drive there, you were driving on dirt roads. No paved roads. No plumbing. Every single house has their own generator because there is no electricity. Our house, my dad said by the time we left after 3 weeks, he had already bought 500 gallons of gasoline for the two houses in our compound just to have a little bit of light in the evening. Not even all day, not even in the morning, not even in the afternoon, just at night. 500 gallons.
Wow.
What is wrong? And then you go to these parties, these lavish parties, where somebody is showing up with their guy with a big gun. Oh, look at my gun. I'm so important. And they've got their oversized wives that are very stunning and gorgeous.
That is funny.
But they're stepping over trash and sewage.
Yo, that ain't cool.
The house so that they can show off the riches of the. What are we doing? What are we doing?
That's greed.
One of the many things
that is
really became
corrupted
greed.
Is that,
culture is killing us,
and
I don't think that is specific to Nigerians.
No,
culture is killing us.
Not us,
because we're trying to do everything correctly culturally, and not even everything. Some things, the things that we hold on to, some things that I'm like, why are we holding on to this? This is not even that great. We are more invested in our culture than we are in our well-being, and it doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it.
That part, I'm not really sure how you actually separate the two, and that actually rubs me as a person who has actively tried to escape their own culture. But listen to what she's telling you. There's a reason why she was trying to escape this culture, because it was super duper scammy. I mean, you have a word for Nigerian internet scammer. Yahoo boy. I mean, come on, man. I've heard Niger before. Oh, they're Niger. Niger means Nigerian. I've heard that one before. So now we know what Japa means. That is a dedicated fleer. That's what a Japa is. And a Yahoo boy is an internet scammer. A Nigerian internet scammer. That's a Yahoo boy. You guys are winning, ain't you? Man.
Speaking of investing, that's something that I want to kind of dive into a little bit deeper, and maybe I'll talk about it in another video. But let's talk about the difference between investing and a purchase. An investment and a purchase. An investment and a purchase. So an investment means that you buy something now, but you know that you're going to have to attend to it. You're going to watch it, because the hope is that though you will not get returns on that investment immediately, the gratification may not be immediate. The hope is that by putting money into it now, in the future, what you'll have will be greater than what you put into it today. Are we understanding? Then there's a purchase. You put your money down right now, you get it, it's done. Instant gratification. You've purchased it, there's no back and forth, but there's also an investment.
Right.
I saw such a lack of investment in our own people within Nigeria. It was really heartbreaking.
See, but when FBAs is only worrying about, you understand why? Well, you guys hate other people. No, we're worried about investing in us. You guys aren't even investing in yourselves over there. How do you get time to worry about what we doing? These your people she talking about. Miss Bonnet Lady. These your folks. And this is what y'all need to be railing on her, right? Oh, how the hell do you say that about our culture?
Like, it was really, 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 really hard to look at. And I've been to Nigeria quite a few times. But for some reason this time, and I don't know if it's because I'm in my 30s now, but for some reason this time, I just saw stuff and I was like, I don't know, y'all. I don't know how to be proud of this culture when I'm seeing people who are not even able to, like, feed themselves. I don't like, this culture doesn't really make sense to me. What am I supposed to be proud of? We're in 2025. Why is there no electricity in 2025?
For real, though.
It's 2025. Why do we have no electricity in 2025? Why is there no hot running water? Why am I seeing children bathe in streams? In a town where a Rolls Royce is driving past a baby in a stream, washing their clothes. What's going on?
I'm just curious. Does that help white supremacy? Having your cake and your riches and getting all of your kickbacks from the West? And the people in your neighborhood and in your village and in your culture, on your homeland, are starving, children washing themselves in streams, men defecating on the street, while people drive by to their mansions in their Rolls Royces. Seems to me Miss Bonnet Lady, there is an awful lot of upholding the system of white supremacy right there in your homeland. Take it from a Nigerian. You got it wrong. Simply put, you got it wrong. And that's all for that. Yeah. You can take that one with you. So, saying that to say, in closing here, that we are not we are not looking to be in a coalition right now. We are looking to certainly shore up our borders, shore up our interests, maintain the concern for our people who no one else sees. So we have a whole congressional black caucus who is focused on immigrants. You have help right there. You don't need us. See, we have people that are supposed to be representing us that are only concerned about helping you. They don't give a crap about helping us. Here's the problem that you have with us. We know that they actually have more in common with all of you because a lot of them aren't from here anyway. So again, we don't need no non-foundational black Americans in any position representing us at all. Ever again, we see how that fails. And we're tired of that. We're tired of people feeling that they can just insult us. We're tired of thinking people can use our energy or use us as their security guards, use us as their attack dogs. We are not your mules. And so for those of you who have been living it up, every time foundational black Americans step in the gap to fight for everyone else, well, now we are fighting for ourselves. And now that we have focused on fighting for ourselves, everyone else is falling in disarray. And I say, good. Babylon has fallen. Babylon has fallen. Let it fall. And let us rise. Can you dig it? For real. And so, there's going to be folks out there that don't like what we have to say, of course. They don't like our position. They have tried to chalk it up to blaming Tariq Nasheed for every other black person out here, like we don't have minds of our own and we have not willfully decided to be in league and in tandem and in agreement with our brother Tariq Nasheed with our delineation and understanding we're focusing on us has nothing to do with hating on another group. Here's the point. Healing after 400 years of trauma. Why is everyone else trying to force themselves on us? Why don't you want us to heal? We're looking to each other for our own inner healing. Why can't we heal as a family? And you guys be okay with our healing? What is wrong with you? Why do you hate us so much that you want to stifle our unity because it doesn't center you? Well, our unity should be based on us, not you. That's a selfish motive that you have there. And, when people have selfish motives, sometimes you got to let them have what they need. That's my take on it. These people got to have what they, I gotta say what they need. Let me get that back. Okay. That right there. Okay. Is that there? All right. Because, people have been, they've gotten so used to taking us for granted that they don't know what it's like when we say no. You know what I'm saying? They just simply don't know what it's like when we say no. They can't stand when we say no. And now we're just simply focused on us, no one else, and they don't know what to do with themselves. But we're not your mules. And if you thought we were supposed to be your mules, well, then you're wrong. And I can tell you absolutely not, and no more. Now, there might be some dummies in our own house that might be like, man, like you got some of these folks trying to still scream Pan-Africanism. That's a dead, done deal. That ship has sailed. And if you think you're going to be able to force that one on us, well, ask Umar how that goes when 300 white men just got citizenship to Ghana. If you were still that brain dead, well, I speak for myself. beatzillapdx, the beatzillapdx official show. Those of you in the chat, the grassroots and the voices of new black media. I think it is safe to say I speak for all parties involved when we proudly dedicate this song to you.
Get up off of that cocaine and get up off of that crack. Get yourself together and get your mind back.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And that's So we always have to remember. Let me get that up here. We have haters, and at the end of the day, how I see it is that their issues are not our issues. And if you're not here legally, I don't know what to tell you. That has nothing to do with our hate toward you. And you can't actually say a we thing because we're not immigrants. So that's something you need to address on your own time, as you will have to. Because these folks really have things twisted, don't they? It's like, yo, no. So the one thing we can say, if they have to come and get you, if ICE have to come get you, because you know ICE will come get you. Don't come calling for us with all that disrespect and condescension, and then act like we finna get out there and be like, oh no, we ain't gonna let you take them. We gonna lay down in the street in front of them. No. We gonna sit up there and tell them, hashtag fire up the jet. Yes, indeed. Oh, man. Wait, where are we at? Where are we at? Why is it down there? That don't make no sense. Get on up here. That's right. Yeah, never forget. Hashtag hands off our reparations.
You have no rights here. We're not under the empire.
Family, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at beatzillapdx. You can email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And if you feel so inclined to put some money in the bucket, you can do so by way of CashApp, $ beatzillapdx. That's a Cash App. And of course, we got PayPal, which is Zilla Music. That is ZILLAMUZAK at PayPal. And with that being said, family, you keep your notification bells on. Until the next time, y'all keep y'all 3 smooth stones at the ready and a slingshot nearby. I know it's the start of the week, but we didn't do a wrap up, so I'm going to give you a 2-in-1. You know, so with that being said, y'all stay black, stay vigilant, stay alive. Black first, black first, black first. Shalom, y'all.
When you know who Satan is, yes, sir. You don't have to kill him, no. The stone of truth. Yes. See, that's what you throw. Yes, right. Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knocked out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man, and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.